Hey everyone, welcome back. If you have been following me and some of my content, you'll know that I love sharing things on human intelligence versus artificial intelligence, and human behaviour versus the nervous system, and health and wealth, and then also some of my cultural and spiritual beliefs. And I was just out here finishing up my walk as the sun's going down, so I'm hoping that the sun will hold off for me for a little bit. So yeah, but today's video is for the builders and the innovators and the visionary leaders that are really looking to anchor their digital presence in something real. And welcome to the absolute intersection of digital sovereignty and that nervous system healing, because we're really in a phase now where we really need to bridge the gap between those. And our mission, well, my mission really, is to help digital warriors transition out of that exhausting repetitive cycle of burnout and of that survival mode, and really step into directly clean, sustainable sacred systems. And I'm here to bridge that gap between soulful and ancient wisdom, because I respect my culture and my ancestors, and the high level digital strategy that we know that we cannot run away from, because we don't just talk about the hollow, soul-crushing online hustle that's really out there. And we don't advocate for selling your soul to build an empire either. We really talk about building massive digital wealth in a way that can still keep your nervous system regulated, and your physical body is still safe, and your ancestral soul is still completely intact. So we want to put human health first, and it's at the forefront of everything that we do. And today I want to dive into a digital tech playlist that we have for digital warriors, and especially for the people who like to evaluate community architecture, especially in this digital age. And I want to make something completely clear right from the jump. I'm not here to sell your program today, and there's no hidden agenda in this. I'm not an affiliate dropping a link or anything in the description box below, and I'm not trying to pitch you a course or a trial or subscription. Today I'm really standing here completely independent with my own voice to take you on a deep historical and strategic journey throughout my own personal multi-year platform my multi-year relationship with this platform. And it's fundamentally rewritten the laws of human beings, and the way that they gather, the way that they learn online, the way that they exchange value, and built on a generational legacy, I believe. And that platform is Skool. So some people on the platform call me the veteran. I think just because I've been on there since 2020, but to be completely honest with you, when I look at the whole landscape, I feel a lot less like a corporate tech veteran and more like the high school canteen lady. I've just really been sitting here behind the counter since 2020, watching the internet kids grow up, and watching the digital marketing trends really shift, and seeing who's burnt out and who's left, and observing exactly how this entire ecosystem has evolved from a quiet elite insider tool into this massive global unstoppable juggernaut. And I know that there are some tech bodies. I know where the some of the tech bodies have been, where they've really kind of started up in school, and I know how the fundamental culture was really formed just by watching it and observing it, and I know exactly why this platform works while everything else is quietly draining your life source. And I hold this real deep, unshakable belief that this Skool platform is the number one community platform on the face of the internet today, period. No cap. And I don't just throw that statement out around as if it's this hype-filled marketing slogan. I want you to understand the cold, hard, biological and economical facts that are out there, and why it is that that it's an absolute positive regulatory truth in our humanity. And if we look at the software landscape right now, there are dozens and dozens of major platforms out there that claim to be built for community, but they market themselves like to creators, to coaches, businesses, as spaces to host their audiences. But let me just tell you the dirty truth quietly, and the reason why those platforms are fundamentally lying to you. Those networks still allow advertising on their interfaces. They still allow advertising within your communities on that platform. And to me, the absolute millisecond you allow external algorithmic ads to run inside your community space, you've completely destroyed the energetic and philosophical integrity of what that environment is. You're no longer running a community, you are operating on attention, which is basically farming. And ads are mathematically engineered to fracture human attention. They trigger erratic dopamine spikes, they hijack autonomic nervous systems, they throw out noisy competitive distractions directly into your visual field and force your members into chronic states of subconscious and consumption and comparison. How can you possibly expect your community members to experience deep transformative learning, true psychological safety, and nervous system regulation when a sidebar is constantly flashing and targeted to hyper-personalize ads trying to sell them a quick fix from somebody else? Like, you cannot heal and you cannot build a sovereign business inside that attention trap. And Skool's completely like an anomaly. It outlaws that digital noise entirely. It's clean, focused, ad-free. It's like a sanctuary for human consciousness. There are no ads screaming inside my community that is on Skool. And it really treats the human mind with absolute respect. It understands that putting human health first means protecting the sacred attention span and the visual environment of the user. It isolates the individual from frantic, chaotic, matrix-like modern internet that gives them a clean room to breathe, connect, and actually grow properly. That's why the engagement is so big. And to truly comprehend why the platform carries such a clean, powerful, and uncompromising frequency, I really want you to have a look directly at the man who engineered its code from the dirt up. And that's Mr. Sam Ovens. If you look at the history of that digital economy, if you study what Sam has shared across the internet over the last decade, or even if you trace his steps on YouTube, he's clear as day. You will see a human who operates with an utmost obsessive minimalist execution. And this is where I want to bring a little bit of bias, okay, my own beautiful bias, into this so-called masterclass today, because Sam Ovens is from Aotearoa, New Zealand. And I want to tell you a story that's very special to New Zealand, that most people living in America or Europe or the other side of the world, they don't really fully understand. I'm native, okay? I'm native to Aotearoa, to New Zealand, so I can speak on the deep spirit and the invisible structures of that part of the world, okay? Now Sam, he is from New Zealand. He was born in New Zealand, so he is a New Zealander, whether he's indigenous, native or not. But let me tell you something about growing up and building a mind in a country like New Zealand. You cannot escape the deep, unshakable philosophy of the land and its protocols of its native people, okay? It's woven into the water. It's woven into the laws of the land. It's woven into the social expectations and the collective consciousness of our country. There is a sacred, ancient protocol called whakawhangaungatanga. It is the foundational cultural practice of establishing deep, meaningful relationships, creating an unshakable sense of family connection, and anchoring a community in mutual respect, shared responsibility, collective safety, and true belonging. And in our protocol, it means that you do not sit at the table to talk business until the human relationship is fully established. It means the group is always greater than the ego of the individual. It means you respect the communal space. You protect the newcomers. You honour its elders. And you keep the environment completely clean of toxic debris. And when I closely look at the architecture of Skool, I see an absolute clarity that Sam Ovens took. That exact cultural protocol, whether he did it consciously or subconsciously, through his upbringing on the soil and packed it straight into a digital code. He took that deep, clean New Zealand philosophy of community sanctity, carried across the ocean to the tech capital of the world, and put our side of our map squarely on the horizon of digital sovereignty. And I'm incredibly proud of Sam for that achievement. He didn't build a messy, bloated, hyper-capitalist social network designed to exploit human weakness or sell private user data and maximize screen addiction for ad revenue. No. He built what I would call a digital marae, a clean, unified, sacred, gathered place where the rules are simple, the protocol is clear, and the human relationship is paramount. And then let's trace the empirical history data and the facts of the platform timeline, because I've been watching and tracking it step by step since the absolute beginning. And to understand the magnitude of where Skool is in 2026, you have to understand the massive sacrifices made to bring it to life. Because back in the late 2010, Sam Ovens was running consulting.com, and it was a massive multi-million-dollar online educational empire. It was dominating the global coaching space. He had thousands of students, massive profit margins, like a highly complex corporate structure. But as a master technician, it seemed like Sam realized that his students were failing not because of the information, but because of the technology. And we were kind of forced to navigate a fragmented, exhausting tech stack, like a platform for video courses, a private Facebook group infected with ads, a separate calendar app, a separate checkout links, a chaotic messaging chain link. It was a fragmented nightmare. And that can leave a human nervous system in absolute survival mode and in a cognitive overload. So in late 2021, Sam made a radical, unprecedented move that shocked the entire digital corporate world, and he walked away from a massive cash flow of consulting.com and systematically sold off his legacy company. And then he locked himself away in rooms, and he poured millions of his own personal wealth into building a singular, hyper-focused piece of software. And he reduced his entire reality down to one goal: creating a unified trinity where community, classroom, education and event calendars live inside one single uncompromised tab. No left side chaos, no flashy notifications, no complex plugins, just pure streamlined simplicity. And then I seen from 2021 through to late 2023, Sam cultivated this software within an elite group of early adopters. Then introduced this addictive, elegant, gamified leaderboard system where users actually earn points solely by contributing to high-value posts. And that was helping other members in the feed as well. If the community likes what you say, they upvote your comment, and then you gain points, and you level up. This one simple engineering feature completely flipped the whole script on traditional internet culture. Because instead of people trolling, arguing, or posting low-effort spam for cheap engagement, the system naturally incentivizes kindness, thoroughness, and emotional intelligence and mutual support. And as the canteen lady watching this unfold, I saw how it created a self-regulating ecosystem where the users themselves, they became the loving guardians of the space that they were in. Then came that historical moment in February 2024. That was the exact moment where Alex Hormozi from acquisition.com recognized the profound disruptive power in what Sam had engineered. And Hormozi didn't just like the software, he saw it as the future of an entire creator economy. And in February 2024, Alex made a massive, highly publicized investment and he became a co-owner of Skool. And that bringing that explosive marketing genius, like high-level business strategy to the platform, it just completely blew up. Then he launched Skool Games, turning the active community building into an elite collaborative global sport. And that was where everyday people could just compete on value instead of vanity metrics. And it was really cool. It was really cool watching Alex come into the platform and really grow and supercharge it over the last 2 years leading up to 2026, because it's been an absolute masterclass in digital leverage. Like, he took Sam's pristine regulated health first architecture and put a massive high powered engine behind it. Like, the platform evolved rapidly, introducing features that made running an online business completely effortless, removing the operational trauma that causes creative burnout. They rolled out native video hosting with clean, automatic captions, liberating creators from expensive third-party video tools. They also integrated Stripe Express to handle like all the financial transactions seamlessly, giving us business owners clean, automated weekly payouts every single Wednesday without administrative friction. And they took on the global massive headache of the tax compliance and automated VAT collection, shielding independent builders from international accounting nightmares. So they designed a sleek mobile app that feels like a focused, productive oasis rather than a toxic social network, allowing users to choose exactly what hits their data on their phones as soon as they open it. And if you ask me what the true achievement of Skool is, it isn't the millions of dollars that are processed through its checkout lines. And it isn't the slick code features either. The real magic to me of this platform is the unparalleled quality of human relationships that have been forged inside it. Because of the architecture of Skool's required focus of transparency and integrity, it naturally filters as like the weed that will take out the fake, that will take out the scammers, the superficial hustlers. And it actually attracts people who value deep execution, real mastery, and radical authenticity. And over the years that I've been watching the platform, I have seen long life business partnerships born in the comment sections of the leaderboards. It's been so cool to see. I've seen creators who were isolated, depressed, and stuck in survival mode find unshakable tribe of peers who held space for them in safety just to step into their own visibility. And I've seen masterminds from people where they share their resources, wealth, and their ancestral knowledge, and we pull each other up. It's a living, breathing network of human capital built on mastery and mutual safety. Now I want to talk about the grand vision of where this platform is heading as we move forward from 2027. Sam Ovens and Alex Hormozi have built a massive historic prediction and they put it out into the universe. They are engineering this infrastructure to help 1 billion people find their community. Think about the staggering, profound weight of that objective. Like, what does it actually mean for humanity when 1 billion people exit the mainstream, ad-driven, chaotic social media matrix and enter a clean, focused, sovereign digital space? It means a total systematic shift in human consciousness. It means that we are decolonizing our minds from an algorithm of distraction. It means 1 billion people will have access to hyper-niche education, localized wealth strategies, emotional support networks, and unregulated spaces where they can speak their truth without fear of corporate censorship or synthetic AI manipulation. It also means the reclamation of true human intelligence over artificial programming as well. And this is why securing your digital sovereignty and the ultimate legacy project of our era is so important, because you cannot build lasting legacy if you are building your house on rented land that relies on keeping your audience frantic, addicted, and sick of your ad revenue. Like, you have to step into the platform that aligns with the natural law. It respects human biology, and it puts health at the relationship building in the very center of its code. I'm incredibly proud to stand here as a veteran voice but also a proud New Zealander, a proud native Māori from Aotearoa, and talk about this platform and anchor it. It's clean protocol. I'm proud to witness a massive achievement of the beautiful tribe that's actually gathering inside the space of Skool. And to wrap this whole video up, to bring you this entire journey back to the deep spirit of connection and ancestral legacy and what it truly means to unite human hearts in this hyper-technological world, I want to leave you with this timeless Māori whakatauki that seals this truth into your spirit. E hara taku toa e te toa takitahi engari hea toa takitini, which means my strength is not that of an individual, but that of the collective. Because no single machine, no cold algorithm and no isolated hustle can ever match the unshakable power of the unified human tribe standing flat-footed in their radical authenticity. So thank you for listening today, geniuses, and don't forget, for you, make sure you stay flat-footed in your truth today and keep your frequency clean, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.